Daily Wire. Was she fired or did she leave of her own volition?
I'm not going to speak to this topic, Piers.
At all?
At all.
You can't give me any insight into why she departed?
Why not?
No hints, no nothing. I'm not going to speak to this.
Can I ask why?
I mean, you can ask.
No, I'm not. Can I ask why you don't want to say anything?
Again, you can ask.
And this could backfire.
Oh boy, we gotta talk about this. I wanted to stay away from it because I'm like, oh boy, it's just not a good look for conservatives right now. Okay, the infighting is somewhat childish, and it doesn't shock me, and I think families do fight, and it's okay to take a look at that. But as far as Daily Wire is concerned, I had unsubscribed from Daily Wire a long time ago. It was because of money. I thought I was like, I don't have any more money to spend on subscription. Everything is subscription based. And I'm like, I'm tired of that. So I had unsubscribed from the Daily Wire, and I had stopped reacting to their videos, especially after Hamas. And I noticed the position of the Daily Wire was almost like everything that the JEWs do was okay. I felt the need. I'm like, nah, I mean, there has to be some balance here. I didn't feel the balance was correct. But when this happened to Candace Owens, I'm like, yep, I did make the right move. You know, it's okay for us to have views that are different. But I think if you say she had to go because her perception on things didn't align with yours, is problematic. So I want to listen to Ben being pressed and questioned by Piers Morgan on this. And I want you to hear what Ben said. It's more what Ben didn't say. And I was like, that's not a very good look, Ben. Just to let you know, that's not a good look.
One of the consequences of this war has been a lot of very high passions on both sides, a lot of angry disagreements. You and your company have been at the centre of a very high-profile one at the moment with Candace Owens, who's now left Daily Wire. Was she fired or did she leave of her own volition?
I'm not going to speak to this topic, Piers.
At all?
At all.
You can't give me any insight into why she departed?
Why not?
No hints, no nothing. I'm not going to speak to this.
Can I ask why?
I mean, you can ask.
No, I'm not. Can I ask why you don't want to say anything?
Again, you can ask.
Oh, that attitude is...
I'm only curious.
That attitude is horrible. You probably lost a couple thousand subscribers with that answer right there. A lot of people just says, we out, I'm dropping my membership right now. Yeah, that's just not a good look.
Because I know what a staunch defender of free speech you are. And it would surprise me if it had been someone's opinions that would make you want to part company with them, however contentious.
I mean, suffice it to say, the only thing I will say is what I've said all along with regard to Candace or with regard to any of our other hosts. I am not in hiring and firing position with the Daily Wire. I'm a co-founder of the Daily Wire. I'm a co-owner of the Daily Wire. I'm not actually in management. Jeremy Boring and Caleb Robinson are in management positions with regard to Candace or anyone else. And as far as the free speech situation, what I will say is that no company has the obligation to literally pay anyone. The Daily Wire is a publisher. It is not a platform. I've never called for Candace or anyone else for that matter to be banned from YouTube, to be banned from X, to be banned from any platform. That's a different story, obviously, when it comes to any publisher. Any publisher gets to make decisions about what it wishes to purvey and not.
I mean, I'm just not going to labour this, but one more point I would make is it's been reported extensively that the reason for her departure was because her comments have been perceived by people at the Daily Wire as anti-Semitic.
Again, I'm not going to comment on this, Piers.
That's just what a not so good interview. I don't know, man. I've listened to Candace Owens for years. I don't think Candace Owens is anti-Semitic at all. So she's gone. She's gone now, and God bless her. I know she's so gifted. Wherever she goes, she's gonna do fine. So yeah, we're not worrying so much about Candace. It's not a money thing for her. She's got money. But I want you to listen to Candace Owens' remark. And I think part of the issue here had to do with, Candace Owens stepped out of line. Let's just put it that way. She said too much.
Rumors are true. I am free. Welcome to my locals page. So much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to take a couple of weeks here just to rebuild and to refocus and to create something that is actually mine. And
Appreciate that. I mean, God bless you in your ministry, in your mission. I think she's a voice of reason in our society. She explains why this happened here, and I'm going to confirm it also by Andrew, another host from the Daily Wire. Listen to this.
in a few weeks, I will be out to Israel and I will be out to Gaza, and I will be able to report to you guys what it is that I actually see. But I also want to say this because it's so important. I am Team God. Okay? I'm Team God. I do not fear the media. I do not fear journalists. I do not fear AIPAC. I don't fear Big Pharma. What I actually fear is God. I think that one day we are all going to have to account for the things that we have done and the things that we have said. And I want to make sure that I am not a person that is parroting lies. The fear of losing your job, encouraging some people to spit out lies, I don't think that works in the end, right? I think you've got to check your priorities. And so with that said, I want to thank everybody who has been on this journey with me, people that have supported me. I especially want to thank all of the Jewish people that have been in the comments saying how outraged they are. And I know that it is especially difficult for you guys right now because you are being smeared, you know? I mean, I'm not going to go away. I'm going to use my God-given voice to talk about the things that are important for me. And I'm just asking to be left alone, or at least just report the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for today. But don't worry, because we will see you tomorrow for a brand new episode.
I think she knew this was the end. That was like her farewell message. So even though she didn't say exactly that, but if you listen carefully, that was a farewell message. So before we listen to the two other guys, we listen to Michael Knowles telling us how he feels about this. I'm not sure if he really didn't say anything, but let's take a listen.
Access is great. Yeah, this news just broke about, I don't know, an hour or two before the show started this morning. So Candace has parted ways with the Daily Wire. I forget how exactly they phrased it. I think Jeremy announced it on his Twitter and said the Daily Wire and Candace have ended their relationship. So I don't have some grand statement to make about that. I don't think it's my place as a host on this network to make some grand statement about it. You know, because this is a very personal business and a personal company, a particularly personal company, you know the relationships already. You know that I am a close personal friend of Candace and the godfather to her daughter. Her husband, George, is one of my best friends. And you know that I've been at the Daily Wire for a very long time, since the very early days. You know, Jeremy Boring is one of my best friends. Even Ben, I'm willing to admit in a moment of candor, is a longtime friend of mine, as are Caleb and all the other people around here. So, you know, always unfortunate when people go their separate ways, and that's life, I suppose. But that's really all I have to say about it. You know, I don't. If you were
You didn't say anything.
hoping for some grand, epic speech on the future of media and the industry, I don't really have that. And if you were looking for juicy gossip and tea spilling, not only would I be unwilling to divulge any of that, but I don't really have any to give you. That's basically my view on it. And someone mentioned Candace Owens.
Wow. I mean, I think he came out and somewhat
was
say it like it
things
is.
that she was
So Andrew Clavin, take a listen. I think he kind of said it.
a fair question, and it was because one of our major talents at the Daily Wire parted ways. The Daily Wire parted ways with Candace Owens, and part of it was things that she was saying that we felt were strongly anti-Semitic. Really fair question, and it was because.
So there we go. Which is Ben Shapiro. So Ben Shapiro said things that she said that they believe were anti-Semitic. That's just what it is. not Ben Shapiro. Candace Owens said a number of things that they felt was anti-Semitic. So this is the reason why. This is the reason why she had to go. I think they did Candace wrong. I think so too.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you because everybody's noticing it. Every single political commentator in America, every single one of them knows this. That if you do not step out and say things that are radically pro-Israel, or if you are too quiet on certain narratives and they want you to be radically pro-Israel, you can lose everything. That's truth. That is a fact. I'm not feeling like I need to hide from that anymore or be afraid to say it, rather, is a better way to say it, because I've endured this for years. I'm just at the end of my rope. I have given so much rope here and I am just done with it.
I totally get that. I feel the same way about Israel. And I'm in no way saying that, there are not anti-Semitic and stuff going on in the world. I've seen some stuff that I'm like, ew. I mean, you should be treating people with respect. And I think, I'm not sure. Is there anti-Cristo? Is there anything for the Christian faith? Because I think, let's be honest, we're the most persecuted people in the world. Even as we speak today, there are a lot of people that are being persecuted for the Christian faith. I don't know. There's like transphobe, there's like homophobe, there's like racist for blacks, and there's nothing for the Christian man. I'm still a little bit jealous about that. I think we need to come up with something, cry out some type of victim words that will help us to be protected from our persecutors and so on. I'm so serious about that, But where do I stand when it comes to this? I just think the Daily Wire did her dirty. I think the free speech thing that a lot of conservatives like to speak about just went out the door. Okay, that's just what happens here. I don't think they're going to recover from this. This is going to be a bad look on the Daily Wire for a long, long time. Even though they can come up with reasons why it happened, and this was another disturbing video. I'm going to play it. But this is Robert Shmuley. This is one of the guys that also Candace Owens had an issue with. There was a lot of back and forth between the two of them. But this video is even more disturbing. Like, watching this, I'm like, you think people are going to respect Jewish people when you do stuff like this? I mean, no way this represents, I'm not saying this represent all Jews. I love the Jews because I believe without the Jewish people, there wouldn't be a Christian faith. I think the Lord has done amazing things through the world because of Israel and Judaism. I will never speak in a negative way about them, apart from the fact that I believe they need to trust in the Lord and believe in the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. There is no other savior in this world through which men could be saved but Christ Jesus. I think they have a great significance in the world and even today as we speak. But when it comes to the government and some of the decisions that they're making as far as war is concerned, I have a different perspective. When it comes to what's happening in bombing places where children and women and stuff are in Palestine, I have a different perspective. Okay, it's just that as a Christian, my heart breaks for any individual, regardless of how you feel, what you might be doing is true and is right and is good. It might feel that way at the moment, even though I understand the reasons behind it, because what happened on October 7th was horrible. I've condemned that. I've spoken about that in my channel. I understand this. I position myself by saying that was wrong. But in both cases could also be true. Okay, so what is also happening to the children are also wrong. If you can't say that and be honest with yourself, and I feel like there's something morally wrong with you if you can't say that. If nobody can say it and feel some level of sympathy for the children, if you call that anti-Semitic just because, I think there's something wrong with that view. It's not very Christian for me. How does God feel? How do you think he feels? You think God is okay with that? What Bible verse are we going to use for that? So anyway, do you want me to play this? Because this is really bad. But it's probably the worst thing I have seen on the internet. I would rather not, because I don't even like, you can look it up yourself. I think this is a horrible thing for a Jewish person to do, even though he's making fun of anti-Semitism. But the look of what he's doing and horrible of a thing it is, it makes people want to be any more, a lot less sympathetic to Jewish folks when he does stuff like this. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, friends, share your thought and perspective with me. I think Sister Candace is going to be just fine. I love me some Candace. I do love the Daily Wires. Not a big fan of Ben Shapiro anymore. That's been, actually, this has been the way for me for, if you notice in my channel, there's no videos lately about anything that he's done or speech or stuff like that. It's because I no longer feel like, this guy represents my values. Let's just put it that way. I don't feel like that. Smart guy, great talker, but I know the position and perspective that he had when it comes to Israel, there's barely any serious criticism of what they're doing. And to me, and there's little sympathy shown to the Palestinian people. You lost my respect right there. But this was happening way before that. I was beginning to feel like, I don't really like this guy. Smart guy indeed. But again, the Daily Wire host did her dirty. She's gonna be okay though. She's gonna be okay. But they did her wrong. That's my position on that. Anyway, share your thought and perspective with me. I don't want to say too much when it comes to this. I've said enough. As far as my mind is concerned, I love the Lord and I love people and I love humanity. I don't care about their gender and ideology or religion. I am not for bloodshed. I am not. I'm a pacifist. I hate war. I know there's times war is necessary to protect people from danger, but I still hate it. I wish it doesn't exist. I wish it wasn't like that. Doesn't mean I'm never okay with that. Even the ones that are in the Bible, I have issues with them. I'm like, man, I wish this didn't happen. But I know in a world of sin and wickedness, sometimes it's necessary. But as far as the extreme side of the thing is concerned, where children's lives are at risk, come on, man. Come on. Where is your humanity? Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Like and subscribe to the page. Click the bell icon for more. Share your thought and perspective with me. I want to hear from you. Have a good one.